Good day, grade 11 students, and welcome back to the video tutorial for our subject this second semester. This is again Sir RJ Olarve, and for today, we're going to continue our discussion regarding classifications of matter. So last time, we are done with the discussion about the different classifications of matter, specifically based on its origin. So we have the organic and the inorganic matter. We also have, based on its states, we have the solid, liquid, and gas. We are also done with the discussion of the classifications of matter that is based on its composition. So we have there the pure substance and the mixture. And under the pure substance, we have the elements and compounds. And under the mixture, we do have the homogeneous and the heterogeneous mixture. So let us have other classifications of matter, or should I say other subclassifications of matter. And we have actually five. And what are these? So we have metals, nonmetals, acids, bases, and lastly is the salts. And we're going to discuss them one by one. And let's start off with metals. So what are the different characteristics of metals? So we have here some of the characteristics of metals. Number one, metals are said to be ductile, or it has the characteristic called ductility, which is ductility. It refers to the ability of metals to be drawn into wire. Next is malleability. So malleability, on the other hand, is the ability of metals to be hammered into thin sheets. And we have luster, which is the ability to reflect light. So we have mentioned this luster in our discussion regarding the properties of minerals. And next, we have metals are said to be good conductors of heat and electricity. So under its characteristic being a good conductor of heat, this is actually the property or characteristic of metals to absorb large amount of heat, and also for its characteristic to be a good conductor of electricity. This is the ability of metals to allow electric current to pass through it. And we have metals are said to have high density because of the reason that the arrangement of the particles and molecules of metals are very close packed with each other. So meaning, dahil compacted yung arrangement ng mga molecules, so mataas yung kanyang density. And lastly, so we have metals are said to have high melting point. This is because of the strength of the what we call electrostatic attractions between metallic particles. Kasi ang bawat particles ng metals, nag-interact yan with one another, and dahil nga sila ay arranged in a very close packed arrangement, so nag-cause din yan para magkaroon sila ng strength. And yung strength na yon ang nag-cause sa kanila kung bakit meron silang high na melting point. So that is all about the different characteristics of metals. So next we have nonmetals. So nonmetals exhibit properties that are opposite of the metals. So ibig sabihin, they are not really ductile, they are not malleable, they are not a good, or they cannot really reflect light. Some of the nonmetals can reflect light, but not the same as what the metals can do. And they are not also a good conductor of heat and electricity. They have low density and low melting point. And in addition, so nonmetals are also said to be brittle and dull in color. They are, as I've mentioned, poor conductors of heat and electricity. And lastly, they have low melting point and low density. So that is all about nonmetals. So third, we have acids. So acids are said to have sour taste, and they react with active metals to produce hydrogen, give a color change from blue litmus paper to red. So pag naglagay ka sa mga acids ng blue litmus paper, automatically yung litmus paper na yon will be turned into red. So just remember the word BRA, or pag binasa natin, that's Bra. So Bra stands for blue to red, that's acid. Next, so acids give no change in color with phenolphthalein indicator, and it actually neutralizes bases And now we have here some of the compounds which are examples of acid. So we have the first one, HCl, or the what we call hydrochloric acid. We also have H3PO4, which is phosphoric acid. And lastly, we have H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid. So that is all about acids. And number 4, we have bases. So bases have bitter taste. They turn red litmus paper to blue. Kung kanina yung blue nilagay mo, magiging red siya. This time, if you're going to put a red litmus paper into a specific substance na base yun, ibig sabihin, yung red litmus paper na yun will be turned into blue. Alright, so next, it produces a pink color when added with phenolphthalein, and it actually neutralizes acids. And lastly, so we have also some of the examples of compounds which are under bases. And what are these? So we have NaOH, which is what we call sodium hydroxide. We also have KOH, which is known to be potassium hydroxide. And lastly, we have the MgOH2, which is what we call magnesium hydroxide. So that is all about bases, and now we are down to our last sub-classification of matter, which is what we call salts. So under this category, so it is actually grouped into two. That is according to, first, we have a compound of metal with a single non-metal other than oxygen. So this time, hindi kasama dun sa non-metal si oxygen. Alright, and we have some of the examples which are AgCl, which is known to be silver chloride, and we also have FeCl3, which is known to be ferric chloride, or the what we call iron 3 chloride. In the next group, we have a compound composed of metal with more than one non-metal, and this time oxygen may be included. And some of the compounds under this category, we have CuSO4, which is known to be copper sulfate, and lastly is the Na2CO3, which is known to be sodium carbonate. And those are salts. And now, so as a recap, so we have again 5 sub-classifications of matter. So we have metals, non-metals, acids, bases, and salts. And if there are concepts that are unclear to you, so don't hesitate to contact me in this contact number, Facebook account, Gmail, and YouTube. And as a reminder again from 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31, when you eat or drink or do anything else, always do it to honor God. So God bless grade 11 students. See you on our Zoom meeting this week.